Alright, so 2 is going to be a pretty critical day. I think that this is the most obvious one. If pilots miss any content, it all rears up official operations on our air assaults. So, just real fast, make sure that with day 1 you didn't lose any knowledge. So we'll do a quick refresher flight. Basically be full communications flight from this airfield to the same airfield out to the southwest. Make sure we can get a good landing both there and at base.
Are we going to be full stop out there, or?
Yep, full stop out there. Then full stop here as well. After that, we'll make sure that everything's set, rolls and whatnot, and then roll into the content for this.
Roger.
We'll walk over this way and grab a Black Hawk. Alright, full warning. You can see that the ground crew accidentally pushed this Black Hawk underneath cover.
So don't go too high before you come out.
Yes, that is correct. Alternatively, I could move it.
Nah, it's all good.
I'd have to contact one of the OSIT instructors. Tow truck. Oh well. You can unlock the wheel brakes and actually roll out if you try hard enough.
We would be Mic 2 up here, wouldn't we? No, Mic 1.
You're all the way at the happy end. 1. Either taxi, Mic 1.
Sierra 1.
Sierra. Go Sierra 3 and then part out 2-2 right. Unless you want a back taxi.
Oh yeah, because otherwise I'd be going up towards them. So you said Sierra 4, wasn't it?
It's Sierra 3.
Sierra 3.
The one right across us. Go ahead and mark it.
Gravia traffic. Phoenix 3-4, flight of 1. Black Hawk spooling at Mic 1 aircraft parking. What have I got? I've got probably half a meter, maybe a meter.
Yeah, you can unlock those wheel brakes and try to get it rolling.
Lost me pen. Gravia traffic, Black Hawk 3-4, spooled at aircraft parking, taxi from Mic 1 to Sierra 3-4, straight out departure, 2-2, right to the southwest. Gravia traffic, Black Hawk 34 taking runway 22 right for straight out departure to the southwest. Gravia. Left. Gravia traffic, clear of your airspace. Phoenix 3-4, clear of your airspace, signing off for 7-5.
Got you a heading line at the airfield, it's pretty accurate.
Gravity traffic, Phoenix 2-2 spooling.
2-2, you can hold there for a minute, we're just doing a short out and back. We don't want to add to it right now.
Okay.
Then straight back to Altus.
Yeah. Trying to see if I can get us a flyover for the OSIT kids.
I think it was my day 3. You guys must have been out training on something. But we heard you guys go over fairly low. Gravia traffic, Phoenix 3-4. Signing on 7-5 in from the southwest for runway 04 left.
Hey, unlock controls real fast.
Unlocked.
My controls.
Your controls.
Gravia traffic, show 3-4 Blackhawk departing out north. It'll be diverting from our landing pattern. Hey, 2-2, go ahead and spool up and form up on us. We're gonna do a flyover on the OSIT. Rocket range.
Okay, I'm spooling right up. Who the fuck placed these helicopters?
It's a good question. Leave that up to ground crew.
Yeah, let me just full rudder right so I don't clip my tail real quick.
I think they are
They're,
over.
yeah, they're up on the range complex out on Almira.
Yep.
Runway traffic, Phoenix 2-2 lifting, immediate departure out to the northwest, forming up on 3-4.
Good copy, point 1, current speeds 190, bearing 065.
Robbie, traffic, Phoenix 2-2 exiting your airspace, signing off 7-5, signing on 7-1. 2-2 on 7-1, coming up behind 3-4, current speed 180, just catching up.
3-4 is now at 180. Let's try to figure out what the safe flyover is for the rocket range. We're gonna fly behind them and not downrange.
The layout over there.
If you
Copy,
go from the southwest to the northeast, if you go southwest to northeast, that's going over their flight line.
I believe it faces
So they will be shooting
or
out
east
to
or
the south. They won't be.
They'll be shooting to the southeast.
Southeast.
Good copy, we're gonna stay on current course. Actually adjust for brake. Bearing 090. And we'll make a turn on that to the northeast pretty soon.
What's the altitude?
230. Altitude's 267, dropping down low. We're gonna slow the speed back to 180 and try to get really close for them.
Copy, I'm trying to catch up really quick.
Yeah, I've been all over the place.
My altitude's low, it's 160. Dropping 120.
So you're going by the altitude on TADS, aren't you?
We're going top corner, top left corner.
Oh, okay, so it's above ground level.
Alright, so they're shooting out to the south, looks like.
Oh.
Adjust bearing 040.
040 speed check.
2 pulling up and turning right behind them. Speed's 169.
Do you reckon the PV1s have been told that we're coming?
Catching up a little bit, I'm just trying to get close to you.
Not so sure. Got a good eye on them yet? Nice.
Alright, we're gonna do a hard turn to the north once we get through here.
Yeah, they're shooting out to the southeast.
I'm at 200, slowing down. Oh,
Speed's 167. Yeah, start left turn.
Yeah, visual on them down there. They've got a few recruits, a few privates there today.
Speed's 200. We'll go full speed back to base.
Give you controls. And released.
Roger, my controls.
Alright, so as far as your formation stuff goes, just try to keep the trailing bird updated on speed. Real informal, just call it out in the numbers. So, like, I'm going to let them know right now you're headed for 230 or so. Pick a speed you want to maintain. Try not, what I did last flight, bad example, because I was trying to look at my tablet and figure out where everybody is.
Yep.
Try to focus on speed and altitude and any turns. Then if you have a co-pilot, you're obviously encouraged to ask whatever you need of me, like what bearing to do, what runway looks good. Obviously 2-2 right's going to be a good one to land.
Yeah, and I've
Right
got
back
it,
to Mike 1.
I've got it back on 5.4 out.
Speed's 220, hold near.
4.2 off the left. Gravia traffic. Flight of 2 Blackhawks out to the northeast, coming in for landing 22 right.
Drop your altitude a lot more coming in. I know these are realistic approaches you're making, but shallower approaches in ArmA help us not die.
Is he still off my left side?
I'll be off your right.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
But he's trailing pretty straight behind you now.
Ah, Rog. Ah.
Just stay oriented straight on Mike 1. So you'll be nose southwest around this turn. You can park it right in front of the staging area.
T2 clear of active.
Rog.
We're gonna go ahead and keep these on the taxi line. Just right in front of the staging area for the aviation school.
So just in front of the hangars?
You can push it down like almost by the HESCOs, so you can block the flight line if you want. It's only us.
Rog.
Nobody else is flying in here tonight. Right, just past the last intersection of the yellow line in front of you, where the two become one. Go ahead and try to put it down right there.
Handbrakes.
Alrighty.
Gravia traffic 3-4, Phoenix 3-4, signing off 7-5 and spooling down on the active. Oh, wait on, it's not the active, is
Gravia
it?
traffic.
Shit.
Phoenix 2-2 spilling down Mike 2, actually Mike 1.
Yeah,
On
Mike
the
1, not
taxiway.
the active. Shit. Are we going to be jumping out here, or...?
Yep, we'll jump out right here. I'm talking to my buddy, Boy.
Yeah. He was the one who took me through.
We went through it together.
Yeah, well, he took me through OSAT as well.
No, we were privates together. It's kind of what's funny. Now he's instructing it.
You really slowed down there. Holy shit.
Oh, sorry. I should have mentioned that too.
I was like, holy cow. I had to swerve off into like the left.
Um, why do you guys have a sewage tank out the front of the training center?
Realism.
As question. Probably don't have a good answer to. Well, shit. We're getting evicted, boys. They took the furniture. Alright, on a more serious note, talk a little bit about that flight. I thought it was pretty good. Mr. Strutman addressed that we did slow down a little bit on the runway there at the end. That's fine. You're taxiing by the book right now. As you get more comfortable, probably taxi at a more consistent speed. Flight following is a tricky thing to do, especially when you have a newer pilot in the front. Just the helicopters can shed speed at an amazing rate compared to fixed wing. We've had a lot of air-to-airs in practice. It's quite amusing. So that was good. Basically, today is all about teaching you how to properly create a flight plan, how we're going to do flight with low light and instrument-based flight, where we can't really see what's in front of us all too well. We'll be using all the flight modes, which is going to be nap of the earth, low, and high. And we're going to address, well, we're going to test emergency procedures such as auto rotation, as well as testing some anti-torque failures. It's really important that you are able to create a good flight plan. As warrant officers, we're responsible for delivering the troops to the AO, as well as planning on how we're going to get there. So we might know where they're coming from, where they're going, but it's up to us to figure out how. A flight plan is the means of doing that. We have to consider the hazards, the terrain, where the enemy might be. The weather is another huge factor. There's been missions where we've flown over water with a high fog and had pilots veer off course and do what's called a C-fit, controlled flight into terrain. All those things have to be factored in and considered when you're making a good flight plan. Generally, flight planning is done within the tactical map by the section leader or a designated flight leader. So in a case where I'm running an alpha section and Strutman's there with me, if I've got my hands tied up, worried about talking to Dagger or figuring out what the task force command wants, I can let him know where the LZ is and say, hey, let's get a good plan. And because he's graduated flight school and worked with me enough, I know he's going to be able to do that well. That's the goal of today, is to make sure that you can do that just as well. In the document, you'll see that there's a good list of terrain features. You can find these within the tactical map. It's really important to identify a few of them, especially the power lines. While they're not going to be identical to what you see on that little guideline there, they are going to be a solid black line. We are going to see rocks as diamonds, and trees are going to show up as green vegetation. Roads, cities, as well as terrain features on the map, with the red lines indicating a 10-meter increase in elevation. And the gray lines, I think, indicate maybe 1 or 5 or something like that. Not super consistent, but you can see those contour lines on the map. Good indicator as to how steep something gets, how close those lines are together, as well as the numerical indicators. So looking at the terrain just around Bravia Air Base, we can see that there are high voltage power lines, which are indicated if you are in the map. Drawing here, this area, you can see that power line. Look over near the water. You can see there's a power station marker or a tower marker. You have a power plant right here, so that makes sense as to why we have these high voltage lines coming around. Look a little bit to the northwest. We get into a mountainous area. Here we got a lot of rocks, surrounded by forest. Just be able to look into the map and identify what kind of hazards and terrain you're looking at. Straightforward, I don't want to harp on that. Do you have any questions as to what are the most dangerous terrain hazards we face?
Negative.
Alright, I assume you know all this quite well from your flying experience elsewhere.
Yes.
Are you comfortable with the utilization of the map tool?
Yes, I am.
Alright, so if you look
Although
out to
I
the
don't
airfield.
have one. I just do.
Okay.
Never.
You don't have a map tool?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously that's ace interaction within the map. And you can see that I drew that line down at the airfield to the southwest. Map tool. It's really handy to draw a perfectly straight line. It also tells you headings, like that, so comfortable with it, utilize it when you can. It's really used a lot to create the standoff lines for the Apache, as well as some flight planning. Now, a lot of our flight planning looks like somebody drew it in crayon. That's okay, we don't have to follow the line perfectly. Strutman there, that line is just, didn't have it close enough to the map tool. Didn't.
I was trying to mimic your line with my Crayola straight line.
Well, you did a good job, it was crayon.
I think you did it in group chat because I can't see it.
You know what, you should join our group chat.
There we go.
See it now?
No, and I won't be able to see it. Oh, yep, now I see it.
Strutman's. Now Strutman, draw one with the map tool.
I don't have a map tool on me.
Get a map tool and fix your shit then.
Yeah, no, I don't have a map tool.
Okay, so I'm not going to harp on the map tool anymore. Basically, day 2 is a skill assessment as well as a little bit of educational stuff. So, first exercise, I'm going to give you 2 points on the map. Those are going to stem from this location. They're going to cover at least 5 kilos in distance. And you're going to be tasked with creating a route. Read the instructions there. I doubt you have any questions.
Nope, not really.
But I'll go ahead and give you the points.
Well, not until you give me the points at least.
Yeah.
Crayola.
Alright, I'm going to put the points on the BlueFor tracker.
Oh.
So do you guys just traditionally do your flight planning in group chat?
Yes.
I don't like it when we clutter everything.
Drumheller thinks that he wants everything all fucked up, but we don't listen. Generally.
I don't listen to anybody.
Yeah, you do.
Except for maybe you, but that's really about it.
You'll listen to First Sergeant too.
I don't listen to him.
You listen to me, you essentially listen to him. Burst your bubble on that.
That's pretty neat.
Not really in charge of what happened out of here. Alright, the other one's out to the south.
And out to the south, you said?
Kind of southeast, yeah.
Oh, yep, visual.
So draw the best routes you can. Let us know of any hazards. So that's another thing is when you're the flight planner, you'll brief the other pilots on what's going on with the flight, anything near the LZ, any big changes within the terrain.
What are we flying?
So everybody's on the same page. We're flying all just one Black Hawk together on this.
Just one Black Hawk?
Yeah, we're not going to do formation on these two.
Road's fairly straight down there, okay. So do you want me to just draw it on the map?
Yep.
Oh, bro.
Do we have any enemies around those locations?
We do not. There's no enemy fire that is going to be encountered today.
Minus 60. Oh, where am I? That one. Do we have a specific runway we have to take off from?
Nope, we
Nope.
can fly out direct. You've already passed the phase of managing that. Congrats, you now get to use your helicopter like a helicopter.
Instead of like a plane.
Yep.
Ah, shit, I just moved my marker. So are we going straight from the first LZ straight to the second?
Let's factor it as we're flying from here to each one.
Okay. Actually, before I draw this, do you guys have a policy on trying to keep feet dry over feet wet most of the time?
No, not really. We don't worry about it too much. It's it makes more sense to stay over land for the most part on most operations, but there are a lot of times where we're flying over water and we're not too concerned about it. And a lot of times it offers great advantages. I mean, you can fly much lower comparatively, pretty well shielded. We've had missions where we're flying against a ton of AAA and we'll fly around the water a long way, deliver troops without being seen. Has its times where we use it.
I think I need to change that actually. So what would we be delivering? A single squad of infantry sort of thing?
I mean, this is a like not even a combat type operation. We just notionally we're flying practice. They were checking up on the facility down there. So I will say that on your second route,
Yeah, I'm
I
just
don't
changing.
think I'd hook over the water like that. Because then on your descent, you're flying across those buildings there. Fly to the exact 1131 point.
So don't come out around the water on the last leg, are you saying?
Not in that one, just because, like I said, on your final descent, you would be coming over those buildings. You don't know if there's wires or towers coming off of those. I would come in from.
So what? Aim down,
west on
aim
that.
further down the road.
Yeah, you could even turn in right off, like Hill 16. Turn in and kind of go that way. I don't even know if I'd take that line. I'd probably come in more from.
Oh.
Honestly, I'd probably come in less like this. Straight to it.
What if we were to drop them off at the base of the hill?
Well, you could, and common sense prevails. So good on that for thinking that way. Sometimes we don't really get to have a say.
Yeah, because that's extremely steep terrain up that way.
It is. That's the advantage of helicopters. Not really as much of an obstacle. And it's steep, but it levels out just enough for a landing. I mean, I could land that all day.
So we are landing there.
Yeah, we would be. Right on the point. Yep, that's good. Just be considerate of if you have to cross buildings, try not to on a descent.
You're also
Because
getting
they're gonna
extreme.
have their own.
You'd have to come further out to the north, wouldn't you?
If you wanted to hook around the water.
Well, I'd more hook around because you've got that wind tower there.
It shouldn't be a factor if you're low enough. Those are very tall. But yeah, that's a mess of an LZ, just to get you thinking. You would ultimately end up landing at your discretion, wherever you think is safe. So if you needed to push into this little saddle right here, that's what you get. That's what they get, right?
Yep.
It's obviously your discretion to do that. Markers, those routes are fine. The first route is...
Yeah, and that saddle wouldn't be too high on either side either. So you wouldn't be hitting your blades on them.
We could land that and say, all right, that's what you get. I mean, as long as we fly them generally to their marker, they're happy. So we'll keep these routes. The good news is we're not actually flying these. This was just a theoretical exercise before we start talking about other things.
So the first one, any comments on that?
Nope. Good choice to go from the direction you did rather than go around more from the east and north.
Yeah, well, I only went that way because you've got ascending terrain, so do you find it's easier to land on ascending than descending terrain?
As long as you have it factored into your flight altitude, it doesn't matter a ton, but I think generally I'd rather land on an upslope than downslope. Yeah. Yep.
So do you want me to just delete those marks off the map then?
Oh, no, keep them.
Keep them?
Keep them. We're going to fly them in the second exercise. But for now, we're going to go back to doing boring, talky stuff. Back to the document. Let me actually be off comms for one moment, I believe.
So how's your day been, Mr. Strapman?
Honestly, it's been alright. Writing a paper on free trade agreement with Nigeria.
Is this a college paper or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. I am back. All right, so formation flight is pretty well explained in that document there. I'm not going to read it out loud to you, so just take a moment to read that. If you have any questions, bring them up.
No, and I've already read through all that, so that's all good.
Okay. Yeah, generally we do not use much in the way of formations. It's cool, but it's just incredibly difficult given the limitations of ArmA.
So you really only use it when you're either showing off or it's absolutely needed, I'm guessing?
Yeah, if we do use a formation, most commonly it's going to be echelon. The big advantage of that is it allows each pilot to keep a better eye on more than just what's in front of them. And then also, echelon is a safer flight mode or flight formation than trail, because if one of the birds loses speed or gains a lot of speed all of a sudden, it's just going to fall out of formation laterally. That makes sense.
And it's not affected by rover banding that much either.
Do you guys have normal distances between helicopters that you guys use? Or is that really up to flight lead?
It's an eyeball thing. We'll fly real tight in practice, but I haven't had any issues with anybody trying to be too much of a champion in official operations. So as long as you're landing within, I'd say, like 5 to 10 seconds of one another, I'm happy. Definitely don't want people to click apart, but I don't need guys flying 20 meters off each other either.
Yep.
They all have their advantages, but echelon left and right is pretty much all you're going to see outside of an occasional heavy right or heavy left. We're never going to be flying staggered trail or diamonds because it's too difficult to keep that together. There's always, in Delta Company, you'll find there's always a few really good pilots. And there's a few that are just good enough to not warrant being able to get rid of them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So there's guys like Adaran who is good at a lot of stuff. He's not good at formation flight. He knows that. He gets jumbled with his comms and speed during formation. But there's guys like Adaran, Stratman, myself. I think you're gonna be in that pretty quickly. Who fly? Blair's really good too. Fly really well. Work together. Don't have too much of an ego to not say that they slow down or sped up too much. That's the big issue with formation. Is no one wants to say, "Oh fuck, I just dropped 30 kph," or "Oh crap, I just went from 220 to 240." So they just silently try to hide it, and then everybody else is in the dark. It's important that you're able to say, "I fucked up," and then just let everybody know, because nobody's gonna be mad. They're just gonna adjust their speed or at least have knowledge of where you're at. If you sped up and you're coming back to normal speed, they're not worrying about you leaving them. At night, you know this shit, don't you?
Yes.
Night flying, instrument flight.
Yep.
Great. Just pay attention to our SOP on lights. So, trying to convert to collision lights on more. It doesn't make much of a damn difference in full light, so it really only factors in during low light stuff. Landing light, your discretion if you need it to land. It's encouraged. Then obviously with anything official, you don't want to use your collision or landing lights with enemies. Flight modes, I assume you understand well enough.
Yes.
Okay, so exercise 2 is going to be a 3-bird formation. We're going to go echelon left or right, up to you. And I will be flight lead. Stratman will be trail, and you'll be in the middle of us.
Rudge.
We're going to fly to the point that you marked. Let's see, it's going to be the northeastern one, I think.
The one directly north of us.
No, sorry. We're going to go the southeast one. Of the water.
Yep.
We're going to follow that flight plan. We're not actually going to land. We're just going to turn around that area.
Oh, good,
Then we're
because
gonna
we
come
wouldn't
back
have
to
fit
base.
3 birds up there.
Well, I bet we could, but
I will rephrase that. I don't think we could fit 3 birds up there safely.
I wish you were here for Crimson Moon. Ever since then, I've just been... Anything is possible when it comes to fucking... Hang on.
His cat is attacking him.
Nope.
That's his cat. I know it is.
Nope. I have to get this.
The cat.
Those
Standing by
pesky
my
creatures.
Steve. Standing by my statement.
No, I'm looking for something.
Align map tool to the north. Align map tool to compass. Align map tool. Head map tool.
So how long have you been with Deco Strip?
Not long at all.
Here, this
I've
is
held
this is what I
almost
have to
every
say.
role.
That's what I have to say about your last.
I've held almost every role within this unit.
He's almost got fired from all of them.
I've not gotten fired from any of them. I have left all of my positions.
Left just before you got fired?
No, just left.
Yeah. The Strutman likes to get in trouble.
I didn't get in any trouble. I pissed off somebody. So, okay. This is my time. I was a medic at first in like Havoc 3-3. I left 3-3 because I didn't like it. So I went to 2-1. 2-1 was really cool. I was a medic there for a long time. Then I was like a fire team person. Then I went to 1-4 Delta where I shot the Moz around a couple times. And then after that I went to 2-2 Bravo. And then I was team lead in 2-2 Bravo. And then Sergeant Salvatore took over 2-2 Bravo. And then I was like, no, I don't like him. So I left. And then I went to Dagger. And then I went to here. Yeah.
Well, at least you can say you had the flight comms down with Dagger.
Yeah. So I've held basically every role. And then in that time I was a team leader, I also squad led a little bit because we didn't have a squad leader. Really, I've done everything. Like what else is there to do?
I think that was Bowman clapping.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah.
There's not really anything else to do. Like what else?
I've been a pilot.
He's been here the whole time.
Yeah, well, you haven't gone fixed wing yet. So you've still got
Yeah,
something you can do.
Yo, I have something to talk to you about with that. After
Okay,
this.
go.
I got a message from Brownlee earlier saying, was there a pilot on Sunday? And I replied, no. He says, because I got a bunch of messages wondering if Soto is AWOL. I was like, I don't know, he wasn't there. And he
It
was like,
wasn't his
has
task
anybody...
force.
It was. TFB is his task force.
I thought Task Force Alpha was his.
Oh, well...
No,
Is it?
it's Bravo. So, you know how they have 6'1", 6'2", 6'3"?
Yeah.
Soto wants to be 6'1", but he flies with Bravo traditionally.
So,
Huh.
yeah, that conversation went down. And then he asked, has anybody from Unit HQ asked about him? Me talking with Hardman and also hearing it from you about how they're going to stick a foot up his ass. I was like, yeah. They're getting a little bit mad that Soto's not showing up. Like, something is about to happen, I think, because they were getting pretty upset with this. He might have to go to reserves.
Yeah, and then who will be in charge of Thunder?
Brownlee.
That's a fucking terrible idea, because he's barely, like, behaving. He has, like, sarcastic patrol reports.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll put a recommendation just to fucking take ring rows and understand he has knowledge and knows what he's doing.
Thank you. I appreciate the confidence.
What you did before.
Screw it, I'll fly Thunder. Just give me the gun. I'll use guns on everything.
Dude, I don't want to fly Thunder. They, like... My pride and joy in this unit is doing stuff like this, really. Like, Delta Company, I believe, has more fun than anybody in our trainings and behind-the-scenes stuff. We just suffer sometimes in the operations themselves.
Do you know PV1K Hayes?
No.
Okay, so he posted on the forums, like, quit having a pissing contest after I responded to That one guy that you told me to respond to,
Yeah.
the meme thread, and then I responded with another meme. Memes are causing a unit-wide pissing contest. Then I went up there. I was like, this is just like a meme thing. He's like, no, it's serious. You guys can't do half your jobs without the infantry. I was like, no, we can. He's like, yeah, well, who's gonna laser in the missiles? I was like, we have self-guiding lasers, and we also have a laser on board. He's like, yeah, well, who's gonna spot out the Tunguska? So I was like, our radar? Like, yeah, well, you guys are just gonna get engaged by the Tunguskos. I was like, no, we could sit outside the engagement distance. He's like, not in real life. I was like, sure, but we're an ArmA. Their engagement distance is like 4 or 5 kilometers, and they won't do that.
Although I'm sure that would not get approved, I'm guessing that would make Bowman's day. That's the GAU 8 pod.
Yeah.
For the 18's gun on the Little Bird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I have a
don't know if
hunch
I
that
care
wouldn't
too
get
much.
approved.
How does it fly? Does it just fucking roll over to the left?
No, because ArmA physics.
But
Beautiful.
yeah, he was getting all mad. He was like, well, in real life, this isn't this. I was like, okay, so you're just saying all this. I was so mad at him. I was like, whatever. He was like, infantry can do jobs that air support can't do.
Yeah, no shit.
I was
I'm
like,
not gonna fucking sweep. I get paid way too much for that, right?
I was like, yeah, well, Air Force can do jobs that the infantry can't do. He's like what? I'm like, can you shoot down air assets without a jav? No. Okay. And next.
There's a PV1 arguing with you.
Yeah.
Why did you
That was his
engage
first
with him?
mistake.
I went in there. I was like, this is like memes, right? Because he sent me a message. He's like, you're gonna continue this pissing wide this unit pissing contest. I was like, you realize these are just memes, right?
Sent you a message?
Yeah.
Where?
On like TS.
Screenshot it?
No.
Why?
Because I was like, whatever, dude. You're just mad. I gave him the satisfaction he wanted.
Why do you fucking do this, though?
Don't go yell at him.
I'm not gonna yell at him.
Don't go talk to him either.
So he told you. He sent you a message first. He engaged you in the meme thread.
I'm not gonna talk to you. We're done.
I'm gonna tell fucking McCoy.
I
Why do you
already
have a
told
PV1 arguing with a warrant officer?
because he wants to argue.
Oh, tell Top. That'll probably be even more interesting.
Top hates
Oh.
Trevin.
Oh.
He hates me. He hates me. I said I called somebody a blue falcon. Do you know what that means?
No.
Oh.
Is that an American thing?
No, it's a military thing.
Kind of an American thing.
So it means, do you know what a brown noser is?
Yes.
Yeah, basically that, except in
No, it
military.
doesn't.
What? Yes, it
No,
is,
you're
buddy
fucking
fucker.
wrong.
Yeah.
No. All right.
No.
Okay, let's say. Here's a good example of a blue falcon, right? Let's say you got a group of privates in front of one sergeant. And then one of the privates looks to the other private and says loudly, hey, you're deficient in blank category. Like, let's say, hey, could this for that rifle, private? Feel like your buddy next to you? Just enough so the sergeant can hear it and chew you out. That's a buddy fucker. That's a blue falcon.
So I called somebody a blue falcon. And I'm playing a game with somebody else in this unit, and I get a message from him saying, come up here, I'm not going to wait forever, and this is not a message you should ignore. I come up, like, bring your friend too. I jump down and I bring my friend up, who's actually in the military. He starts this off, he's like, do you know why you're in here? I was like, no, I don't know why I'm in here. What's up? He says, are you in the military, or have you ever been in the military? I was like, no. He's like, then how come you have the audacity to use this term as a civilian? And I was like, I just said it. It's like, if your name comes across my desk one more time, you're out of the unit. And I was like, forever? Like, one more time in the next couple months, or what? Like, until I forget about it. I think he forgot about it.
No, I don't think so.
We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah. This unit is really an autocracy, and I like Deco because I get to hide from that reality.
Yo, apparently Deco was never controlled by like Drum or any of those people. Like they just did what they needed to do in missions.
Yeah, and look where that got him.
Yeah, nowhere. But sorry. Or he.
That's why Drum hates him. Like, I wish I could explain that, like, you guys can just tell me what to do without the fuck games. That's what I want to convey. Like, you don't have to put down Tunguskas and make a million rules about it. You can just say, fuck off. And we will.
I'll go land. I don't really care.
I always have something to... I fucking fall asleep, and I've literally dozed off in operations where nothing happens. I just sit in the Black Hawk waiting for a fucking radio call. Not enough to where I wouldn't be there, but, like, enough to where fucking 10:32 p.m. I've been up since fucking pure dark 30. And yeah, if I don't have anything to do, I'll just fucking doze off until mission complete and I'll leave. Anyway,
I turned on YouTube videos.
That last operation, I was just fucking chilling, about to fall asleep.
Yeah,
Did we
it's
find
fun.
out what
Boogie.
was shooting at us?
Yeah, I think it was a zoo cannon in a truck or something.
No, I
It
mean
was not at
at the
Tunguska.
fob.
Yeah, it was not a Tunguska. It was some AA cannon in the back of a vehicle, I think.
It's pretty great how they could see you the whole time. Right?
Yeah.
Aren't you happy I built those walls super high?
Yeah, keep doing that.
Just super tall walls around everything.
Yeah, and I thought it was a Tunguska because of what the Apache told me. I was like, I'm getting fucking engaged.
Well,
There's
good thing.
Tunguskas.
What did Drum say after that?
Yeah, I know that's a lie because those things never shoot at you.
Oh, okay.
You heard what I said.
Ha ha. I guess I should laugh now.
I wonder what his face looked like when I said that.
Dude, he's turned off his face cam for the past couple ops. I'm not gonna lie. I've watched it because I want to see what his face looks like,
When I say this shit, I do.
or the shit that I do too.
You don't say things. You don't get to say things yet. You don't
Yeah,
have a strategy.
Yeah, but I say stuff in his like fun op missions.
Oh well, that's you.
Yeah.
I like to fucking stir the pot. Be normal.
I don't think that word is
Stir it
in his dictionary.
Stir it up.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
So we're going to talk about exercise 2. Gonna be formations. We're going to go to that southern one
Then we're gonna turn around, come back up here, northern one.
back here. Then we're going to fly the second one to the second route. But here's the thing. We're going to fly down there with us in lead. And then return to base. And then Ringrose is going to lead back. Me and Trail. So
Are we going to be doing the time switch for 2B as well?
we do the time switch after we RTB from the first one.
Yep. So
Yep,
did
let's go ahead
one
on
of the
out.
OSAT instructors give you Zeus?
I can snag it real fast. They're gone.
So we are going to be landing then.
Got it. Yeah, but you can land at your own discretion down there. You don't have just find a safe spot.
No, I meant we'll be landing once we get back from the southern one.
We'll be landing there and once we get back, unless you can handle the transition to flight lead in the air. We can slow up and let you get number 1.
There's only 2 helicopters.
Yeah, I'm gonna have ground crew rolling out. Don't worry about it.
You taking lead or trail?
I'm in the trail.
Let's go kill fucking Muslims. Let's go kill fucking Muslims.
You do know you did that on yelling, right?
Yes.
Okay.
At least play the second part of it, you fuck.
Let's go kill fucking Muslims. Correction. Let's go kill fucking Taliban. My bad, Ahmed. That one was pretty fucking bad.
Which one am I in?
Last one.
Oh, okay, this one. This is mine. Leave.
Hey, you're being a fucking clown, Strowman.
I'll stop.
I don't remember putting that line there.
Gravia traffic. Phoenix flight of 3 times UH-60 mics. Signing on frequency 75. We'll be spooling from mic 1, departing out direct southeast. Phoenix flight, go ahead, spool. Phoenix flight, initial speed is going to be 100 after lifting, altitude 50.
3.
Gravia traffic, show Phoenix flight lifting at 5 Sierra, departing out southeast. Go ahead and lift. Gravia traffic, show Phoenix flight lifting, crossing midfield actives. Phoenix flight, set on speed. Gravia traffic, show Phoenix flight clear of active, signing off 75. Altitude 70, speed 110, push speed 200.
2.
3.
One set at 200 over 100, maintain.
Three. Oh, 3.
Got a slight left turn coming up. Go ahead and start pushing out on that turn. 3, and then 2, and then 1 last.
Probably 3 turning now.
2.
And 1's in the turn. Speed drop back to 180. Gonna push that back up to 2s. Adjust altitude as needed to clear the terrain. We're going to drop flight level down to contour.
Dropping.
2.
Keep it 30 or above over the water. Got a left turn coming up in about 1 click, and that we're going to drop back into a trail formation.
3.
2.
Speed dropped a little bit over the water, picking back up.
3 set up for a trail.
2 moving in for trail.
We're going to be crossing power lines, push altitude up, begin left turn. Well clear of power lines at 80. And get ready for left turn to brake onto final. Speed's going to be pilot discretion, we're 3 clicks out. 1's current speed is 190, altitude 80, dropping that down. Show left turn to break off the high voltage line.
Too slowed a little, catching up.
You're good, it's your discretion on landing. And we'll try to put him down. I think there's going to be plenty of room on this ridge line.
Too slowing.
Three breaking off right.
Oh, bugger off, you stupid email.
Three on the deck.
2 on the deck.
Alrighty. 2 is 1. 1 is 3. 3 is 2.
2.
Bobby.
LT, just before we go, I apologise, you were right.
Oh, about the space?
Uh-huh.
Oh, don't worry about it.
2's going to be lifting straight back west.
2, you're now 1.
1's going to be lifting straight back west.
I'll be short and behind.
Let's keep it 150 for 50 at the moment.
3.
Left turn's coming up. Let's get our speed back up to 200.
That'll be a right turn.
That's what I said, wasn't it?
Said left.
Oh, apologies. Right turn.
2.
Power lines, increase your height. 100. LT, do you want us to break back into echelon?
Yeah, we'll set up an echelon right.
Roger.
2 shifting right.
Speed check.
220 coming back down to 200.
Good copy.
Right hand turn.
2.
3 set.
Let's make it contour over the water again.
Good copy. Drop it down.
2. Speed check.
210. Back down to 200.
That was the poker factor on that one too.
Yeah, I'm slow on increasing speed again.
Yep, pay for my to drop speed back. I'm going forward again.
I'm
We're
back
good.
at
We're still in
200.
formation.
Slight left turn coming up.
That'll be a right.
Bloody hell. Slight right turn coming up.
It's alright, I did that in my last formation lead in an official operation.
Oh, hang on. I said contour, didn't I? I've drifted right, I'm coming back left.
You're good, I got you.
Gravia Air Base, flight of 3 times UH-60 Mike Blackhawks, 3 kilometers to your south in on final, for runway 04 left.
You can go direct back to Mike 1.
Gravia traffic, correction to last, direct back to Mike 1, flight of 3 Blackhawks.
It would be a mess at this point to try to turn for that.
Roger. Gravia traffic, flight of 3 Blackhawks, crossing active. I'm slowing it down.
Yeah, I'm following Sierra 1.
Roger, I'll take up near the hangars.
Flight's clear of active.
I'm setting mine down. Gravia traffic. Flight of 3 times Blackhawks on the deck at Sierra 1, spooling down and signing off 75.
Not bad at all. It was Mike 1, not Sierra 1, but easy mistake.
Dang nabbit.
Everybody make sure your collision lights are set up, if you can still help it. And we'll go ahead and get ready for 2 Bravo exercise.
So how's this one going to work? Am I taking us up there, or are you?
So it'll be the same as last. I'll lead the first leg, you'll lead us back.
Rog. I do apologise for my speed on that. I find it's easier when I've got someone to base my speed off.
Yeah, it's tricky. Flight leading is definitely
So
one of the most difficult tasks.
I do apologise by the slightly erratic speeds and heights there for a moment.
Oh, that was fine. I've seen guys do a lot worse in official operations. Stuff up over it. Switch to our clear lenses if you got them. I gave you a loadout. Yeah, the unit might operate in fucking pretty moonlight, but when we fly night, we fly dark.
We do it and we do it properly.
Okay, obviously, just a couple things to go over. Things do change protocol-wise at night time. So if you have an emergency, it's no longer green smoke. It's one of these bad boys here.
Is that a chem light or an IR grenade?
That is the M127A1 green
Flare.
signal.
Oh, signal flare.
Combine smoke with that, it does work similarly to how it does on the supply crate. Lit up smoke if you can get it proper.
And it's always going to be green smoke.
Yeah. See this, if you take your nods off, the smoke lights up well enough. Combine those two things.
Yep.
You got a light on your weapon, visible light, as well as an IR laser. Also use this to mark anything, something bad happens. Typical protocol under nods is to toggle over to the laser mode. But it is cool to see how useful the visible light we have on this rifle is. Okay, so just one of the big things that you got to understand about night flight is that you have to fly generally higher in the air. You want to take a steeper approach. So the way you typically approach your LZs now is about what you want to do during night flight. You want to have your collision lights on because this is a training. Make sure you taxi at a slower speed and give a little bit more room in the formation, both at the airbase and outside of the airbase. Double check your map, make sure you like your flight plan, double check you got your proper waypoint. And then the alterations to normal flying conditions: increase altitude, decrease speed, increase distance between aircraft, increase approach altitude and make steeper landings, and lift to a higher immediate altitude on extract. Do all those 5 things and you'll be safe. If you flip up on them, increase the risk of something bad happening. I know most of you guys can fly like cowboys at night, but I don't want you to. Questions before we depart?
None from me.
Alright, we're going to be landing somewhere roughly around the 1131 marker. I'll be leading the first one. We're going to depart direct out. I'm going to stay in my doorless helicopter. Anybody need to step away for a moment before we do this flight?
Nah, I'm good.
Let's go ahead and get going. Gravia traffic, Phoenix flight of 3, UH-60 Mike Blackhawk signing on from Mike 1. We're going to be doing some night flight departing straight out to the north. Show spooling. Phoenix flight, go ahead and spool them up. Get the lights on. As far as order of flight goes, I'll be 1. Ringrose, you're 2. Stratman, you're 3.
2.
3.
Gravia traffic, show Phoenix flight lifting out, departing north from Mike 1. Initial speed 100, altitude 100. Settle bearing 340. Just that 345. Push speed 150, maintain altitude 100.
3.
Gravia traffic, Phoenix flight is clear of your airbase, clear of active, signing off sub 5. Push speed up 200 and hold. Go ahead and set the formation in echelon right.
3.
Speed drop back to 190, pushing it back up.
3 set.
We are 3 clicks out.
Jay. Too slow. Catching back up.
2 clicks. Coming up on a right turn very shortly. Go ahead, decrease speed 150.
3.
After the right turn, pilot's discretion on landing. And turning.
3 going into file.
I'll be pushing up the road and turning around to get set for the formation back. Everybody stay on the side of me that you're currently on.
3.
2.
I'm gonna push around you 2 and get me in the second spot.
Roger, I'm sitting down here.
Alright, 1's down on the road, now 3, I'm set.
2's down, now 1, I'm set.
Three, now 2 set.
Alright, 1, the show is yours.
1 lifting, straight out 230. Go
3's up.
120 for 50.
12050.
Shift your bearing back 200.
200. I'm going echelon right.
Rog right.
3 set.
Let's go 180 for 100. Left hand turn coming up.
2, 180.
1.
3 set at 180 over 80, and I'm above you guys. You got high voltage coming up. Push it up, push it up.
1's at 100.
2. Check.
180 for 110. Gravia Airbase, flight of 3 by UH-60 Mike Blackhawks in from your north for direct landing at Mike 3 helicopter parking. Let's shift right a bit for the pads. Bring it down, speed down to 120 and down to pilot's discretion for landing.
3.
2. You do have low power lines in front of us.
2.
1 slowing. 1's down.
2.
Gravia traffic, flight of 3 times Blackhawks on Mike 1, spooling down and signing off 75. Good day. Still doing it off center.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back to light, so pull your nods up in case you... Alrighty. Any questions on the auto rotation material? have you read through any of the FAA manual?
Negative.
Have you read through the information in the document on auto rotation?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So it's pretty straightforward. Seeing that acceptable to take some damage, especially in the Black Hawk, it's very difficult to auto rotate in that. So we'll go out to the salt flats and we'll conduct a couple auto rotations there. Now you will get to the point where you're comfortable auto rotating over an airbase because you'll be able to predict your landing a little bit more. But for now, the salt flats are an easier place. Go ahead and get that going. Test on that. Feel like you're comfortable. No protest, so I hope you are.
Oh, sorry, was that a question? I thought it was a statement.
I guess, I mean, if you feel like you're comfortable,
Oh, yes.
you could protest that if there's...
No, I'm not protesting it, sorry.
Alrighty then. The only thing to really look out for at all over on the salt flats is they have a live fire range that they set up out there, and it's not completely scrapped yet. Shouldn't be an issue though.
We could go fly over to the OSA area and deactivate it.
I'm not worried about it. It shouldn't be in the way. Plenty of space that doesn't have that. You're welcome. Alright, I have Zeus right now. I am going to promote Stretman to curator so that he can help us with the fuel management and all sorts of things like that. And we'll go ahead and start conducting some of these exercises.
I think you need to question your flight crew as well. They've painted your helicopters really awful colours.
There are desert models.
Yeah, desert. Blackhawks, they just took off the doors.
Just to let a little bit of extra wind through.
Yep.
Yeah, so when you land in all the dust, it all just kicks up inside. It's fun.
Well, that's why you have
Wait,
the
like...
helmets with the masks, don't you?
Those actually are not worn by pilots often. Those are worn by the crew chiefs. And sometimes by pilots who fly the Little Bird.
Oh, okay. This is going to be interesting because I haven't practiced in the Apache.
Well, the good news about that is I'm going to demo it real fast. So, Stretman, I'll give you a call on 7.1 when to pull the fuel. I'm going to fly an auto rotation in that, and then we'll come back down and you can give it a try.
I did not turn it on. I don't know why it turned on.
Go to the menu and cut the engine to auto. Sometimes that's an error within the Zeus menu sometimes.
Holy shit, dude. What?
We've got gremlins on board.
Okay. There you go.
I honestly don't know why it started.
It's an error within Zeus. You need to unlock it, turn the lights off, fix all that shit.
Oh, there you go. I mean,
Yeah, you turned it back on. Just keep trying. Now it's locked. You gotta make it auto.
It should be unlocked. It's unlocked.
It is not. It is locked to off. There's a lock bar next to the power mode for the engine. You gotta make sure it's on the automatic one. This is gonna happen to you a couple times now. You've got the Zeus bug, so I might just do it myself. I don't know if
Okay, there
I think
you go.
you're probably a haunted Zeus. There we go.
A haunted Zeus.
That's the most fucking annoying bug ever.
I really
I'm
love
on safe.
having to click it 7 times, but yes.
I'm on safe up the front.
Stuff. Alrighty. Almost pulled up here. We're gonna be lifting. Speed and doing a. This thing is like a flying fucking tank, I'll tell you. Excellent that it's able to do that. Lights are toggled on. It's great. Brakes? Nice to have brakes. The best way to climb is to build speed forward first and then climb from there. When you can. That's what I've found with these.
Is that mainly the Apache?
It's honestly all of them. Like if you just climb directly, you're not moving forward at all, so it's more efficient to climb like this. Build the forward speed up and then pick what you want to maintain as far as speed goes. Now we're moving forward and we have altitude, so it's not so much a waste of time. I'll keep 200 and climb from there.
From your opinion, how different is the Apache to auto-rotate compared to the other two?
Quite different. The Apache flies like a hot air balloon.
Oh, okay.
Like if I drop the collective all the way, see how slow it's going to descend?
Yep. That's
Now
a
if I
lot
cut
more
the engine
forgiving.
off, how fast it's going to descend? With the engine off. Locked on again.
Strutman, the fucking engine's locked on again.
Fucking around with it for no reason.
I haven't touched you. I wasn't even in Zeus, but okay.
It's funny how that works.
Next.
Yep.
Alright, so when you want to fly a pattern about like this, don't worry about it taking a little bit of time. You want to get comfortable, feel your controls out a little bit.
Go ahead and pull it.
As soon as the fuel thing goes out, first thing we do, drop that collective. And here's what's fun with the Apache. We lose power, we lose our instruments. So I have a little tiny attitude indicator on the right side of my instrument panel that I can use. Other than that, I'm pretty well fucked. You know the old school blue and brown ball? That's all I have.
Go analog.
Once you get to around the 150 area, you want to start trying to match where they're at by flaring a little bit. And then when your altitude gets down to the 30-ish range, start thinking about an aggressive flare and adding on the collective once more.
Do you normally
What's
keep
that?
your wheels locked for if you have a landing like that? Or do
You know, I
try to
haven't
keep
really tested the. I haven't really tested the whole idea behind it yet. I think it's probably better to unlock them, except the Apache. I'll show you what happens when you unlock the Apache. Curious. Then I'll land it and trade seats with you again. It screams when you're not spooled up all the way and you lift.
Okay, you should be good.
So wheels are unlocked. Make sure the gun's up.
Yep, it's up as far as it'll go.
Now we're just going to level off. Drop our speed down to reasonable. Oh, I'm sick of the way this thing sounds. Timing it.
Near silent inside.
I'd consider like 50 or 60 pretty reasonable to land, right?
Yeah. Oh,
That
wants
just
to tip
nosedives.
forward. Oh, very heavy front.
It's just like the brakes roll on at a certain speed.
They probably don't do it in the Apache then.
Probably don't turn the wheels on, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna hop out, we'll trade seats.
You're still up in the air. Just for the record, you didn't actually land it.
Now.
The wheel was off the ground.
Okay, well, it should be fixed.
Yep, it's good. Yeah,
Sure.
we're good.
We gotta make sure we can turn the engine off.
Yeah, I just did that.
I just did it 3 times. You good?
Yep.
Alrighty, go ahead. I wish there was an option to stow the ocular device on this. The aiming system.
This is going to be interesting because this is the first time I've actually done it in the Apache, so. Oh,
Does
rifle.
work. Testing the yellow kilos, seeing how they want to run for me. Tested them in a long time.
Oh, I think I figured out how to fix your AGMs on the Little Bird, by the way.
How so?
Because it's not selecting the weapons properly. It's selecting the magazine, but not the weapon.
That funny.
Why?
He knew I was shooting Hellfire at this dome and he lightning bolted it.
I'm guessing I'm just in for a surprise when it happens.
No, I'll call him. You want to get a little more altitude, maybe?
What altitude would you normally run for
this
the
one?
Apache?
For this one, I try to be at something I reasonably think I'd be shot at, like at least 400 or so. We normally fly this thing at Angels 3, I'd say, is our average operating altitude.
That's about 900, isn't it?
It's about 1,000 feet. Or, I mean, sorry, 1,000 meters. 1,000 feet. Now you will want to be a little bit away from the salt flats rather than over it, so you have the approach distance. Head out a little bit straight and then just turn around. That on all. I'd stop climbing, I'd hold it here. Too much altitude is another challenge of its own. For now, while we have that short, because the problem is now, it's not so much that altitude would hurt you should you get shot in the field, but when you have to land on a certain area, that's an obstacle. Don't go worry, you'll get plenty of surprise opportunities in my training to auto rotate. Oh, yank your shit, low altitude, I don't care. I expect people to figure it out.
Yeah, I've been trying to do some of like the auto rotate and the anti-torque at lower altitudes. I have tried it.
Not so much doable in the Blackhawk, I'll give you that. The Blackhawk's a little bitch.
It's definitely a lot harder, yeah.
That right turn going.
Go ahead, pull it.
Get pointed back at the salt flats. Remember, drop your collective immediately when you lose fuel. There.
I don't know whether he got your call.
I did it. Collective's dropped all the way?
Yep.
Alright, now don't let that nose get up. You want to keep the nose level or just below? You don't want to flare until the end. You can turn as much as you need to. Gentle turns.
Yeah, I figured first time I did it and I did a really hard turn and I sort of just dropped like a rock.
Alrighty, I'd keep it straight now. You'll have plenty of room in front of you. Start to flare the nose up. A little more aggressive than that. You're looking good. Play it by feel from here. Remember, you can start to flare the collective at about 30 meters or less. Excellent.
And your
All
gun
right.
is clipping into the ground.
Yep, I tried to lift it as much as I could. Yeah. Really annoying how much this thing just yanks around. Is with the change of the helicopter to auto lock. Like you can't just make it sit still. We'll hop out.
And if that happens, you get out and you get ready to fight on the foot.
If that happened to us in a situation like this, we'd go hide. We don't want to fight. Generally, our goal is to avoid fighting if we're shot down. Just run. That's why we carry so much signaling equipment. The whole idea is to be able to...
So get on 7-9 and scream for dagger.
Yep. And then whatever air assets are near you, their job is to come get you. Even if it's a Black Hawk or a Little Bird or an Apache, or everybody's responsibility to help you out. Alrighty, so you didn't break the Apache. Onto a Black Hawk, and we'll do a demonstration of an anti-torque failure. Find out what I wrote for this day. Yeah, so you get to have your rotor pulled off in speed already. Basically, you just have to be able to auto-rotate a Blackhawk. It's going to have a little twisting landing. I'm going to demo it from a completely shredded anti-torque rotor. And then we'll go ahead and get into it from there.
Because I've also been.
Strutman, have you got one yet, or you want me to?
One, oh, that's shredded.
I'm in the one to the east.
Tell me if that did it.
Negative. It's the hit V rotor module under damage. Perfect.
That's
Did that do it?
And my engine's now on, though. What the fuck is wrong with this?
Okay, you should be good.
Okay. So ignore the annoying noise.
Yeah, V rotor is completely damaged.
Yep. Hang a mic.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is just lift vertically. We're going to do that because in this model of helicopter in ArmA, we don't have a separation between our blade pitch and the torque on the collective. There are actually some helicopters that are that poorly designed. So in the case of these, we're going to use our compass, aka shack tack, to decide we're going to pull north. We're going to pull north and push north every time the nose comes around or leaves. Without further ado, begin the spin cycle. Now what we're going to do before we start pulling that is gain altitude. That's going to give us a obviously buffer against the ground. Once I'm at about 150 meters or so, I'm going to start getting my direction. If you need to puke, you know, leave.
Do it outside, not in the bird.
Pretty pukey.
That's the reason why these don't have doors.
And we're set. Alright, did you see how I did that?
Yep.
Now that I've got that, I'm going to pick up some altitude. And I'm going to auto-rotate. Now this is not too bad of one because I actually do have engine power. So at the end of my auto-rotation, it is going to kick back on.
Strutman, do you mind pulling my fuel? Go ahead now.
It's going to get worse because I'm about to lose my fuel too. Now I'm really fucked. This is now the hardest possible auto-rotation. I can't guarantee I'm going to make it.
And you should be good with the motors. Not the anti-torque, but everything.
But we're going to try our darndest, right? Still acting a little wonky on me. Okay. Get away with that kind of failure without blowing up, you're good. Get out.
And if this happens, you run.
Teleport back to where you're at. Again.
And if this happens in a real life op, run and hide.
Exactly.
Because that might blow up in a minute.
Yep. But if you can survive, you're not going to be tested on that ever. I don't expect most of my pilots to be able to do that one.
Oh, okay.
That'll blow you up. Like I would bet that there's maybe 2 pilots in Deco that can do that one consistently. When you lose anti-torque and the engine, you're fucked. So
You better find somewhere to land real quick.
Yeah, you saw like that one almost got me, and I'm like, fucking no life at this game.
I checked the health. You had about 20% health left.
Yep. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll just do a plain old auto rotation in the Blackhawk for you. Be pretty easy.
Is that you?
That's me.
Alrighty.
Well, this is me. That's you.
Go ahead and depart out to the west, gain altitude, and come in from the north. Get a good loop around, try to get in quick. Wrap this up soon. You want to take on the challenge of fuel loss and V-rotor loss. You're welcome to knock 2 birds out in 1 stone, but if you just want to do them individually, that's fine too.
As this is the test, is this the test?
Yeah.
Then I'd prefer to do them both separately, just on this occasion.
Now, I wouldn't have failed you if you took the challenge and struggled with it. But if you want to knock out both at one time, you have the ability.
Oh, might as well give it a go.
Okay, Stratman, when we get to the next call, go ahead and hit V-rotor first and then pull fuel.
Okay.
He's taking the challenge mode.
Okay. My next call, do you mean soon?
I'll let you know when.
Okay.
Okay, get a little more altitude.
You might go out of range, so maybe.
We'll be turning back in toward you.
No, don't turn yet. Altitude. You don't want to start your failure from over the salt flat. You want to be out of ways. Come in on it.
I've been practicing not on the salt flats. I've been
Not
doing
on the
it.
salt flats?
No, I've been doing it out in the middle of nowhere because I thought that's where you would give it to me.
Oh yeah, but it's not fair to add in variables to a testing range, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead and complete your right turn, you'll be set.
Okay, go ahead and hit V-rotor and follow up with fuel.
There's my V-rotor.
Yep. Selective's dropped all the way. Don't pitch up. Don't pitch up.
Hey, both.
You want that pitch to be level or below.
Oh dear, this is going to suck.
Alright, now you can start matching. Don't add collective yet. Start matching. You can pitch up to match. Go, looking nice. Nice, you're on a good course, don't worry about it. Very nice. Flare a little more. And you can start rolling it back on slow. Congrats, you're done with auto rotations. You passed.
Damn it.
Did you just pull the pin of a grenade?
I was trying to frag that broken helicopter.
Oh.
So we have fun in our trainings.
You got TP'd.
I don't expect a super serious if we're crashing fucking helicopters and teleporting around. It's a little different for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way about the fact that we are not doing real stuff. You want to try a Chinook one just for shits and giggles?
Sure.
Alright.
Do I want to pull both engines or just one?
Full fuel.
Whoever decided to paint a Chinook this color is an absolute dickhead. It looks like someone honestly shat on the Chinook.
Yeah, I agree, it's fucking ugly.
I don't...
Wow, I thought we were doing a fucking auto rotate. Oh, keep it up though, keep it.
Oh,
Alright,
okay,
Jay.
I thought you wanted. Okay.
Oh, no, that's bad.
Good luck.
Pick the same direction. So, you're
Oh,
gonna push the direction and then pull the direction. That's the only inputs you should get.
Oh, save it. Save it.
Nope. There we go.
Good job. All right. You were doing other inputs other than your one direction pull and push. That's why that took you so long.
Yeah. I was going a bit too much to the west on my push.
Alright, now go ahead and pull the fuel.
Oh,
All right, don't pitch up. Don't pitch up.
Fuel.
Pitch up early in an auto rotation, you're fucking dead. Remember, the air moving through the blades is everything. Alright, now you can start to match slowly if you feel like you need to. Start to pitch up real slow. This one will scare you, but just trust it. Pitch up harder.
I'm more confident in the Chinook than I am in the Blackhawk.
And roll it on. Nice.
Alright, well that concludes your day 2 then.
Oh, brilliant.
Sorry if it took a little bit longer than you probably expected.
No, that's all good.
A lot of content to cover, a lot of really important stuff, but you knocked it out of the park. You made very small errors. Actually, the only real errors you made was a little bit of speed inconsistency when you were learning how to fly formations for the first time. And you made a couple of small communications errors, which we all do. So as long as you catch yourself and strive to improve in the future, you're good to go.
And I need to learn the difference between left and right.
Yes.
Yeah, small communications errors.